2 months later, I noticed my hands went numb.
And they just had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. They did an MRI on me, did a spinal tap on me. A couple weeks later, they brought me in. They're like, you don't have Lyme disease, you have multiple sclerosis.
And you believed it was fixable?
Yep. You know what? I have foot drop. I trip all the time, but a bicycle's rolling.
You're doing 150 miles on gravel?
Yeah. Last month, I rode 130 miles on my bicycle. Kind of blessed that I have MS and I'm able to ride a bike.
Welcome to Unexpected Happiness. I'm your host, Ariel Steele. If your life looks good on paper, but something still feels off inside, you're not alone. This podcast is about finding real happiness in the middle of real life, especially when things don't go as planned.
I didn't know anything. From the get-go, I was doing what the doctors told me.
Mm-hmm.
Be very careful. Don't strain yourself. No stress. Take it easy. Don't, my balance is issues. You're gonna fall over, stay inside. Yeah. And I went to my insurance company and said, listen, they diagnosed me with Lyme. I'm having all these issues. It's not covered under insurance. Do you have a doctor that I can go to that could diagnose me, that could look at what's going on?
Yeah.
So I saw this particular doctor and he sat with me for no more than 10 particular minutes, asked me a bunch of questions. And then in the end he said, Dave, I don't think there's anything wrong with you at all. I think you have a fantastic life. You have a great job. You have a great family. You're doing really, really well in life for someone of your age. I think it's just a little challenge that you're going through. I think it'll all go back to normal for you. There's nothing wrong at all. I said, I'd love to hear that.
Yeah.
That was not the truth.
Right. Made you feel really good for a moment.
Yeah. And, not long after that, I was in a hospital in Kentucky. And there were times where the pain was so excruciating that my analogy was you were drilling my teeth with no Novocaine while you were pulling my eye out of my socket. There were times where we were camping in our camper and my headaches were so bad that I was writing things in my phone that if I died, that was that bad. Like, how do you live through that much pain? Like, I couldn't, light hurt, like, I'd have to be in a quiet, dark, like, I'm not normal. So my confidence level just diminished.
Yeah.
Like, who am I? What can I do anymore? Yeah. Who am I gonna be? You know what I mean? It's like, who do I wanna be? And can I accomplish that? Those were all the things that were not gonna hold me back when I started cycling, and it's like, all right. So I rode that 100-mile ride. It was a relatively slow one in my standards. In February, my first 100-mile ride ever, a month before we did that one. So I knew I could do it and physically do it for the bike MS.
Were you into bikes as a little kid, or did that come as an adult?
So as a younger kid, yeah, I rode a bicycle. I had a Haro Sport and I had a Diamondback. They were both like freestyle style bikes. And, growing up, I was a normal kid. I was in the sports. I did pretty well in school. When I was in high school, I did culinary arts to be a chef.
Really?
Culinary side of things, very small fraction of people make it to that high level of where I was really looking to go. And as things changed and I had opportunities to do different things, a friend of mine owned a underwater construction business in Connecticut. Wow. And I had the opportunity to go and work for him for a period of time. So he was like, throw you in a pool, see how you do. And then from there on in, I was natural at it. Did very, very well at diving. We've did pipe penetration dives. I did nuclear power plants, coal power plants. I did salvage work. I've done environmental work. I've done...
So when you clock in at 8 a.m. or is this something where you start at like 3 in the morning?
You can start at 3 or 4 and 5 in the morning, just depending on where the job location is. I was in Connecticut and we were diving in New York a lot, whether it was the FDR and doing the inspections on the FDR, whether at Thompson's Cove at the power plant, doing the boom work, or if you were inspecting a pipe and seeing, I was in Brooklyn one time, They had to lower me down 35 feet from the road into a manhole till I hit the water. Then when I hit
this manhole. So
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So then I get all the way down to the water, and I got to go 500 feet this way, 500 feet this way to inspect the tunnels. And this was a challenging time because I was the first person to go in this particular tunnel for 110 years since it was flooded. It connected the East River and the Harlem River, I believe that was. And all inside this huge brick tunnel, there were pipes running along the sides. There were pipes running along the bottom. There were hooks going over them that held them all in place. And over the years, they had rusted off, broken off. So they were falling off the walls.
Debris.
Right. So, and it's black in there. So you have a comms, you have a helmet that's got light on the top. I've got, air. I've got a backup airline. I've got a video camera. Can talk to top side. I also have a squid that we made that brings hot water out to my body because the water was like 40 degrees. So it has hoses running into it. On the top side, we have a hot water machine that's diesel hot water pumping hot water down to you.
Ooh.
The farther you go in, the more that hot water gets cold because it's in cold water till it gets to you. Well, on this particular day, it was a very cold day and water was 40 degrees and I'm about 500 feet in. I'm maxed out.
Gotcha.
So I have to go in, inspect all the way down that way, come back to the meeting center point and then go back the other way and inspect 500 feet. So as I'm going out there, I'm saying topside, I'm getting cold. I need a little more hot water. They're turning it up. Over a period of time, they turned it up so much that the hot water machine went out. So now I'm getting cold water. On the top side, I'm getting cold down here. I need some warm water. And hold on, working on it. Working on the machine.
Hold on.
So
you're in freezing water in the dark.
Right. Pulling on the line that's coming one way and it's tight because it's hooked up on something behind me.
Yes.
I'm pulling on the tight line in front of me because it's tight.
Yes.
And that's the way out, but I'm not sure because now I'm a little confused. I'm getting cold, getting a little disoriented. I go topside. I'm starting to get a little confused down here. I need a hand, or can you send a standby diver for me? Kevin's like, I can't send a standby diver for you. Why not? So I can't have two divers in this place. You have to get out. So I started going back a little farther. I started getting a little more cold. My speech started slowing. I said, I'm going to sit down for a second. I put my head down. The next thing I remember is someone come up to me and goes like this.
Oh my God.
That was key. He sent a standby diver into me. She grabbed me on my shoulder, woke me up. They hoist me up on it. They put silver blankets on me to get me warm up on it. I mean,
so cold.
Yeah. So it's like basically hypothermia in the tunnel. They had to send a standby diver to come and save me.
Yes.
Diving.
Did you keep doing this
Oh,
job
yeah.
after that? You pass out in a tunnel under Brooklyn in 40-degree water, and you decide to keep doing it.
Yeah.
What made you decide to keep doing it?
I've always had that no fear, adrenaline type of junkie type of attitude. So if it had any sense of danger in it, I was probably...
Yeah, so it kind of added to the appeal that you had this crazy experience.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I mean, I was doing things that had amazing stories behind it.
Yes.
So the reason I don't dive anymore is because I got bent diving. And
I was wondering if you could still get bent with the kind of diving you were doing.
yes.
You can, okay.
So, and this is what happened.
Dive, explain what getting bent is.
When you go down underwater, the gases in the air in your body gets under pressure. So those bubbles go a lot smaller. All the particular gases in your body get a lot smaller under pressure. The longer you're in water, the deeper you're in water, they bring you up to about 10 feet and they hang you for a little while.
Right.
So on this particular job, I was working at Thompson's Cove in New York, and they had me wrongly working from shallow to deep instead of deep to shallow.
Right.
So as I go down 30 feet, come back up, go down 40 feet, come back up, go down 60 feet, come back up to each one of those up. One of the times that I came back up, Tim was putting my helmet on and getting me ready to go. And he's like, "You ready to go?" And I'm like, "Yep." Stand up. And he looks at me as like, something's not right. So he goes, "Sit down." And I sit down and my face started going paralyzed.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. My right side of my face started going paralyzed and I
Whoa.
started drooping. So they ended up taking me off the barge, bringing me to the hospital. I believe we were all confused about what was going on because I wasn't really in the water for that long, but I was going from shallow to deep. What ended up happening to me was it ruptured my canal that runs through my ear to my brain, that ruptured that canal where it pushes against the nerves, and when I was going down, it made those go paralyzed.
Okay.
And they said it could possibly happen again. This is, whether I was going to keep diving or not.
Yeah.
I did another dive at 33 feet, and I came back up after that, and I had that same type of situation.
So even the Daredevil said that's not a good idea anymore?
Yeah, well, so I look at Daredevil stuff in a different way. I knew I wasn't going to be able to stay diving for long. My wife ended up getting pregnant. She was my girlfriend at the time.
Okay.
And I was like, if I'm going to be a dad, I probably can't do this kind of stuff. I was traveling a lot.
Yeah.
It was a very, dangerous job. If I could do anything in the world that I could want to do, what would I do?
Most people would say, what can I do to pay the bills that's stable? What made you decide to say to yourself, if I could do anything in the world, what would I do?
I was doing something I loved. I got paid a lot of money for doing something I loved. If I had to change that, what was that thing that kept me going? It wasn't really the money, it was that adrenaline of doing the things I was doing that kept me wanting to go back to do more. So if I could do something like that, what would it be? Motorcycles.
It sounds like you had a belief that you could make a living doing things that you loved.
Yes.
So what did that look like?
I went to my local motorcycle shop. It was a Harley dealer, Davidson dealership. And I just said, I want to work for you. I want to do this. So he gave me the opportunity. He said, well, I don't have anything, but why don't you open up an eBay store for me in the Harley Davidson side of it, and we'll see how things go. So I started listing stuff that were takeoff parts from motorcycles and parts that they were not selling on the shelf, and now we're listing on eBay. Well, it turned out to be with a lot of those parts that they were taking off, they were getting for free. We were selling them and making money on it, and they were making $20,000+ a month on eBay products.
On eBay?
Right. That was just sitting in rooms.
Oh my gosh.
So very quickly worked my way up to sales, then there was a sales manager, then they offered me a general manager position. So a couple years gone by, very quickly raised up, and I was like in a dream. I was living a great life. I had, we had a great kid. The whole motorcycle industry was just amazing. The most unexpected happened, and my mother passed away.
Okay.
And she was young, she was 62, falling on ice going out to her car, broke her hip, broke her shoulder. So she went in for surgery. And I'm like, do you need me to come down? Like, I'm about 4 hours away, I can come there right now. And she's like, no, why don't you just come tomorrow when you're done with work? And I'm like, you sure? And then I got a call at 7:30 the next morning, and it was her husband, who I have a challenging relationship with, to say the least. And he was, Dave, your mom died.
Oh.
What? Yeah, your mom died. And I just like, what? Swearing, like, what do you mean? So jumped in my car, I drove straight there. Tried stopping me from seeing her when I got to the hospital.
Oh, no.
Really challenging situations. So turns out to be, she passed away from, she bled out internally. Her esophagus had split out and she bled out internally.
And they just had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. Wow. So, yeah, it was devastating. Yes. It was tragic. It was like she was young. She lived close to me. She was very important to my life. She was a Christian woman, very good, just everything you wanted of a mother.
Yeah.
It wasn't long after that, though. About 2 months later, I noticed my hands went numb.
Oh, wow.
And that was my first symptoms after my mom passed, where I started noticing things were going on. But, you know, I just got this position at work, you know, as a director of sales.
Promotion.
I, you know, was doing very well. I thought I might have had a pinched nerve in my back.
Right.
Why would I ever think anything's going on
No.
with me? So I start managing through challenges that are coming up. My vision starts changing. I'm losing more and more feeling in my arms and my hands.
Had you gone to see anyone yet?
I didn't yet.
Okay.
It was about 3 months later.
3 months.
Yep.
So your hands are tingling for 3 months?
Yep.
You
Yes.
don't like to go to doctors?
No, I did not. I was afraid of things in the
Yeah,
hospital
yeah.
and the unknown. So when I finally went to go in to see my primary, I lived in Old Lyme, Connecticut. And the first symptoms, he was like, you got Lyme disease.
Oh. Because he sees a lot of Lyme disease.
Yeah, you got Lyme disease. This is classic Lyme disease symptoms. So unfortunately, that is not covered by insurance or anything. They make me go to, you know, a naturalist. He's giving me all these medications. More than 2 years. I'm getting worse. I'm getting worse. I'm getting worse. I'm traveling around the country. I'm ending up in hospitals because my headaches are getting so bad. It's intolerable. My fatigue is getting so bad. I'm having a hard time walking. I'm having a hard time I was in England in a meeting and I start crying in the middle of the meeting because my brain's sending signals that's not right. People are looking at me like, you know, Dave, what's wrong? You look like you're all pissed off. And I'm like, I'm not. Like, I don't know why my body's like, I'm just dealing with all these challenges. You know, and
So this whole time you're believing it's Lyme disease.
Yeah.
Yeah. And are you getting repeated help during this time? Or you
Yeah,
just,
and they're saying,
And they
first
keep
they
thinking-
told me it was Lyme disease, and then babesiosis, and then anaplasmia, and then these are all tick-borne diseases, and you got to take all these medications.
Oh my gosh.
Then they're giving me all these medications that killing my gut bacteria, but no
Right.
one's telling me you got to take probiotics or you got to do
Right.
something to
Rebuild
reinstate.
that.
So after like 2.5 years, my wife got me into an infectious disease hospital in Connecticut. And my first day there is like, you don't have Lyme disease, go to a neurologist. So I went and saw the neurologist. They did a MRI on me, did a spinal tap on me. A couple weeks later, they brought me in. They're like, you don't have Lyme disease, you have multiple sclerosis.
And at that point in your life, what did it mean to you to hear that you have multiple sclerosis?
My exact words was, okay, what are we gonna do to fix it? What do I gotta do? Like, I'm gonna continue working, I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing. What are we doing? What do I gotta do?
And you believed it was fixable.
Yep,
All right.
yeah.
What did they say?
We're gonna start you on something. So this is where it got challenging for me too, because, you know, I'm director of sales for this company. I feel I'm important to the company as it is, but yet going through the process of insurances and getting diagnosed and getting medications and time frames, nothing worked the way it was supposed to. You know, I was told, hey, you got 3 months short-term disability, you got 6 months long-term disability, you got this amount of time to get things figured out before you have to get back to work. None of that happened the way it was supposed to. In speech therapy and occupational therapy, talking about wanting to get back to work. And I had my speech was much more delayed in between each words. My brain was having a hard time finding the right words to say. And I would say they, them, rather than someone's name, and they couldn't identify who I was talking about a lot of times. Even though in my brain, I know what I'm thinking and I know what I'm saying, I can't relay it the same type of way, communicate it. And I remember them saying to me, you know, if you were a CEO at a bank or at a high level like that, they may have put you on the right medication right off the bat. But I felt like I already had a great position, and why should that matter if I'm paying the insurance to get me on the right medication?
Right. Everyone should get the right medication
Okay.
from the beginning.
So now I got a call from Triumph Motorcycles saying that we've never had a case where we've had someone go on disability like this. Things are wrong. It wasn't short-term, long-term. You had 6 months total to get back. You know, I remember being like, well, I wanted to get the best stuff right after that so I didn't lose my job.
Yeah.
Now I've lost my job. I don't have insurance anymore.
Oh, wow.
I don't have any income anymore.
Right.
Fortunately, I paid into long-term disability at work.
Oh, good.
That if I would have known better, I would have bought the 80% instead of 65.
Yeah.
But at least I had something. The challenge is to get to the particular point of a diagnosis and then get on the right medication. In the end, I was put on the Tisabri. My first infusion, my JCV levels were 2.0. And we would see people who were dead in 2.0s, 2.5s, 3s, and above.
Okay,
that.
so this is a really bad thing for
Yeah.
it to be 2.0.
Yeah. My second infusion next month went to 2.2, then it went to 2.5. So I'm like already in my mid-2s on infusions. I'm also not knowing what's going to happen to me, so being scared about what the JCV is going to be if I get PML, like being on a medication that, like, all of it's all new to me and scary to me and doesn't seem right. Ended up finding out about a new medication, which is called Ocrevus. And they were doing trials right here in Florida.
Oh, nice.
My neurologist now was one of the ones doing the trials in it.
Okay.
So,
and at this time, you're still living up in New York?
Connecticut.
Connecticut,
Yeah.
okay.
I happened to be on a whim that I had got out of an infusion, and my friends at the time were like, we want to get him out of here. Let's get him away. We came down to Daytona and went to Bike Week.
Did you have a bike with you, or were you just hanging out watching Bike Week?
I wasn't riding.
Yeah.
So it was a while before I started getting back on bikes. But when they brought me down here, I noticed instantly my body felt differently. When up there, I was getting a lot of firing shocks, a lot of nerve flares, which, you know, if I went outside and inside and sat in the sun, that temperature change that was that dramatic, especially in the winter, it was hurt me to the bone.
Wow.
And when I came down here, it didn't feel like that. And I got back home and I instantly started feeling that way again.
Wow,
and I
so you
said,
felt physically much better in Florida.
physically better down here. And I said, Stace, we got to move to Florida.
Yeah.
Within 3 months, we were in Florida.
Nice.
I mean, it
You
was...
make stuff happen.
Yeah. Went and saw the neurologist. He's like, you're a perfect candidate for Ocrevus. I came down here. I went and saw my uncle, drove around. I was going to look at a house to rent. I ended up driving by the house that I'm in now.
Yeah.
We ended up long-term buying that house.
So
you know, so even when I don't have control,
exactly.
someone has control.
You couldn't have created that scenario if you were
Absolutely.
trying to put it together. So letting go, this is what I observe in my life too. When you let go and you let it unfold the way it's supposed to, sometimes things that are way more miraculous happen than what you would have even been able to invent for yourself.
He guided us down here rather than us moving down here. There are times in your life where you look to do something and you feel like you're going against the grain. It's like everything I do, it's like it doesn't want me to go there. It's just making it hard and you want it. So you make it happen. 3 months.
Yeah.
You know, whether finding the right property, having the money to be able to do it, having the right doctor to be able to put me on the right medication.
So you get diagnosed, you have a bad experience with all the different medications that aren't working. You get to Florida, you get a great neurologist who's working on a new medication, it gets approved, and then you start taking it. So what happens there?
I'm down to 1 infusion every 6 months.
Okay.
I noticed my ups and downs went, so it was more level. I was noticing I wasn't getting as frustrated easy. It was very easy for me to get frustrated because you can't feel anything. I touch things, I drop things, I burn things, I cut myself, I can't feel it.
Can you feel that now?
No.
Okay, so like
It's
when
numb.
you're touching the table,
Numb.
you don't feel it.
It's just numb.
Really?
Yep. If it's cold,
You
I
don't
don't.
know.
If it's hot,
So you have to be really
if I
careful.
poke myself and cut myself, nope.
Okay, so you don't feel when you're touching your fingers together, you don't feel that.
You take a tack,
You don't feel
not
it.
until you get in past and you can feel it like underneath.
Oh my gosh.
And then I deal with a lot of pain. Like the pain that goes to the bone is so bad sometimes. It hurts to get up. It hurts to move.
Wow.
And the more you don't do it, the more it hurts.
Boy, it hurts, yeah. So did you know you needed to be getting out more and doing more physical things, or you just kind of figured that out on your own?
Yeah, I started figuring that out on my own when I'm at home a lot. I'm not doing much. I'm doing puzzles at home. I'm doing games. I'm doing things with my fingers to try and keep my fingers moving and keep my brain active to that. Doing what the doctors told me.
Mm-hmm.
Take it easy. Don't, my balance is issues. You're not gonna fall over, stay inside. I was a little overweight. I would say at that particular time I was 199 pounds. I weigh 160 today.
Okay.
So that's, working through my life, traveling wherever you want, eating whatever you want.
Yeah.
You don't think about anything.
Right.
And these were things really changed for me as I started changing my diet, started focusing on my health, started focusing on the things like the doctors want to give you medication for your symptoms.
Yeah.
People would rather tell you to just take that and be on this for the rest of your life rather than looking at what it might be that caused it, that maybe you can be on nothing for the rest of your life. So when it all basically started with a friend of mine. I saw a picture of him on his bicycle. And I was like, you know what? I have foot drop. I trip all the time. But a bicycle is rolling.
Yeah.
Maybe I could be on a bike.
Clip your feet in.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I started my first bicycle ride. I'll never forget it. It was a 5-mile ride. I rode from my house to Brooker Creek and back. And I was like, why the hell do people do this? This sucks. It's hot. It's miserable. This is hard. I get it like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the summer. Like
my
everything wrong.
In Florida.
In Florida, everything wrong. I committed to myself that I was going to do a 100-mile ride, the Bike MS ride.
Oh,
That
nice.
was 6 months down the road.
6 months after that horrible 5-mile ride, you say, I'm going to ride a
100
century, a 100-mile bike ride in 6 months.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I started training on, I think it was November 7th was my first longest ride. I did 60 miles. I did the ride for ALS. It was, raising money for people with ALS. And I thought, man, there are so many people out there that have it worse than me. Like, I'm kind of blessed that I have MS and I'm able to ride a bike. Yeah. I'm able to communicate. I'm able to do the things we're doing right now. Who can't?
Is that a new perspective
Yeah,
for you when
absolutely.
you did that ride?
Absolutely. I was going through a lot of loss for many years. Whether it was financial, whether it was physical, whether it was emotional, a lot of loss on things. Cycling was one of the first things that got me like, I'm progressing. Like, I don't care, go from here to there. I'm going somewhere. I'm progressing at something. And it helped me build a lot of confidence back in my life. I think that was one of the biggest things. I have confidence flowing out of me all the time in my life. Yeah. After I got diagnosed.
You mean before your diagnosis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really passionate about it. I want to prove to people, I don't care if you have MS.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do something. Yes. And in that ride, what's crazy about it is, I met 2 gentlemen that day, and we were the first 3 people to cross over the line on a 100-mile ride.
What?
Averaging almost 19 miles an hour on that ride.
Oh,
It was
my
windy.
gosh.
Yeah.
So this is
6
months in, and you're finishing in the top, on the podium.
Well, it's not
It
a
wasn't-
race.
I know,
it's
but
not a
it-
race, but to
but
be
you know.
able to say, we know we're pushing it. We know we want to get it as fast as we possibly can.
Oh,
So to me, that was amazing.
so amazing.
Yeah,
I can only imagine how your confidence from that just went
absolutely.
through the roof, and you needed that.
Yeah,
You deserve that.
yeah.
You worked
And
really hard
others
for
that go out and do the same thing and work hard to be normal. So riding the bike made me focus more on what I'm eating. It made me focus more on, and what I think about eating, it means I stay away from a lot of bioengineered food. I stay away from a lot of processed food. I stay away from a lot of things that aren't just 100% natural. I try and stay away from a lot of sugars. I notice my body flares up on certain things, whether it's dairy or whether it might be a sugar-related type of thing. As I see those changes, I know the things that I stay away from them.
Yeah.
After I changed all that food, I stopped taking the medications doctors were giving me.
Really?
Yeah, I stopped taking Tramadol for pain. I stopped taking my gabapentin for pain and spasticity. I stopped taking baclofen for muscle spasms.
And what did your doctor say when you came in and said, I don't need this stuff anymore?
They're like, what did you do? And I stopped cold turkey. And they're like, well, we wouldn't have recommended that. And I'm like,
too late.
well, yeah. If I'm going to detox off of things, I'd rather do it all at once. Rather than string it out for months and months and months.
Did you have side effects from stopping
Yeah,
right away? Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I had chills. I had fevers. I had fatigue. I had weakness. I had...
When that was happening, what were you thinking?
Am I doing the right thing?
Yeah. And how did you know you were?
I didn't... God.
Yeah. I mean, it was something you knew inside yourself. Yeah.
You got to stop taking this.
Yeah.
How are you going to get better if you keep masking everything that's the problem? If you don't change the problem, you're just going to keep dealing with it.
Wow.
So I lost, when I first started cycling in 2017, I think that 16, 17, I was 199 pounds. I weigh 160 pounds on the dot now. I'm very consistent about it. I ride, 5, 6, 7 days a week. So I'm very consistent. And it helps me. Everything.
Sure helps with, with everything. Yes.
And what that does is it keeps you away from sodas and keeps you away from fruit drinks and keeps you away from different things. And what do you drink now? You drink water.
Yes.
And water with hydration and electrolytes in it. Stay away from a lot of other stuff, and it ends up being a lot cheaper than all the other stuff that you put in your body. No candy bars and no crap, and eat bananas and pears and apples and oranges and strawberries and blueberries, and you eat things that are good for you. And just like everybody normal. Hey, this is, I'm just gonna grab it out of the cabinet and I'm gonna eat it. Whether you think it's good or not, now it's got 500 ingredients in the 4, ingredient item. That really, being able to focus on yourself. So I think their food, well, again, will help make you feel better. Stopping all the medication will help you make you feel better. Then your chemical changing to your brain. Like I was on medications for more than 10 years. Like how does that chemically change your brain?
Yeah. Did you feel like it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm more peaceful, more understanding with myself when I'm not on all kinds of medication and not like, why do I feel like that? And if I feel like that, it's probably because I ate like crap.
Yeah.
It's not, Yes, I still have all the symptoms that I have. They're never going to go away. I've learned to live with them and what they are. And some of them have gotten a lot better. Like my communication, my speaking has gotten a lot better.
Your speaking is great. I mean, I wouldn't have thought that you had any problems with speaking.
Yeah.
So
my walking, I'm not holding on to everything all the time anymore. And, the other last month I rode 130 miles on my bicycle.
In one day?
It's my longest ride ever.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
And I have a plan to do a 150-mile ride in Nebraska coming up in August.
Is it an organized ride?
Organized ride. It's called the Lauf Gravel World's Race. It's 100.
Is it a gravel ride?
Yeah.
You're doing 150 miles on gravel?
Yeah.
How many hours will that take?
A lot.
Like 20?
No, I got to be
I have no idea.
A lot faster than that.
No, I just don't have any idea.
I'm hoping I can do it in 8 hours.
8 hours. So you're taking no MS medication right now?
The only thing I'm on is Ocrevus.
Okay, and that's the one you started with when you got to Florida.
Typically, you have to take that every 6 months. They were giving it to me every 4.5 because I was getting that gap.
Yeah.
Really expensive, $166,000 for one infusion.
Oh my goodness.
Very expensive. It was.
And does your insurance pay for
Most
that?
of it.
Okay.
Most of it. We still have to pay your deductibles and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And it is what it is. Then I came into some complications with it.
Okay.
My blood was showing signs of blood leukemia.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah. Just this year, we took me off of that every 5-month regimen to every 10 months right now. And we're going to see how my body reacts and how much different I'm going to be. I'm also at the point where I'm okay with saying if I have to be off of Ocrevus completely, that I'm willing to stop it and be 100% natural. And hopefully God takes care of me the way I'm supposed to, and things are happening the way that they're supposed to. But I think I'm feeling that the reasons things happen with MS and get worse is the stress and the food. And, you know, if you can manage what you can of that, maybe you can keep it under bay. And if I don't try, how will you ever know? And that's same thing with my medication I was on with all the pills and crap that they give you.
So when you talk to your doctors and you tell them what you're doing and they say, oh, okay, they're not interested, they're not wanting to find out more.
Nope. Keep doing what you're doing. You are doing good.
I'm speechless because I feel like someone's got to get you guys together because I'm guessing there's like 1 or 2 people out in the world that are doing what you're doing. And
I think there are more people that want the money than they want to figure out how to stop the disease. It's such a long story, and I'm trying not to get into the negative of people when it comes down to it, because a lot of it is people. You know, we'll throw a huge party to celebrate a new drug that we're going to charge you $160,000 to be on.
Yeah.
We're going to throw a party for it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, by the way, your insurance went up. Oh, by the way, we will no longer give you insurance because you have MS. We won't give you life insurance because you have MS.
Yeah.
Oh, you want health insurance? We're going to spike it really high because you have MS. Like, how does all that work?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got to live away from that of the money, the greed, the manipulation. There's a whole medical side of it that's not right. And then I'm sure there's millions of people that want the right things and they want the best things for people.
Yeah.
But if everybody's not on the same page, you're not going to get that for them. I would want my story to get out to help any one person, doesn't matter who it is, what disease they have, whether they have a disease or not. If they're in a spot that's holding them back to making the decision to help them move forward in any way. I don't care if it's physical, you know, doing sports, or overcoming like the mental aspect that your brain goes in. You know, I stay positive in it, but there's a lot of negative. There's a lot of sorrow. There's a lot of, why did this happen to me? There's a lot of, how am I gonna do this without any answer, without any money, without any, I'm not going to say nobody cares, but nobody's there to help you. Nobody's going to be like, yeah, we're going to help you along and get you through this. You know, I cried out like, you know, I made motorcycles back in the day. I was fortunate to build motorcycles from celebrities out in the world. And I was so devastated with what was going on with MS that I was reaching out to them like, help me. Help me. Like, I'm losing my job. I've got this disease. Like, you guys are like, help me. And there's nobody. So there comes to a point where it's like, if you're going to do something, you got to rely on yourself and you got to do it yourself. And there's nobody that's going to look into you and say, this is the best for you.
What I'm hearing from you, and I want you to correct me, is take charge of something in your physical environment.
I'm going to jump in for just a quick second. I want to share a playful tool I developed just for you. Are you unable to enjoy the special moments you create as much as you'd like? Do you sometimes feel like you aren't as happy as you think you should be? If so, The simple 5-minute quiz will help you discover the pattern that's blocking you from the freedom and peace that you deserve. I also give you one simple practice you can start using today. Once you know what holds you back, you can be on the path to feeling better in your everyday life, moment to moment. The quiz is available at unexpectedhappiness.net/quiz.
What I'm hearing from you, and I want you to correct me, is take charge of something in your physical environment.
Perfect. You have to make those changes. And even when you're depressed and you don't want to, make yourself move.
Yeah.
Go clean the garage, go do the laundry, go clean the dishes, go do something that makes you happy, makes you proud that you did something. It doesn't even have to be glorious. It's just executing something, saying I did this, and then being able to do something again. And riding my bicycle and going 5 miles and saying I'm never going to do this again, and what the hell am I doing, to riding 100 miles, to riding 14,000 miles in a year. That's not even conceivable to me. Like,
With
why do I
MS.
do that?
Yes.
And you're in physical pain. You're not, it's not like this is the easiest thing in the world, but you don't take the easy way.
Yeah.
Because comfortable is not easy. Comfortable doesn't get you to the next spot. Sometimes you have to. So stressing your body, stressing your system to determine what it can go through.
Right.
That's really important. I think that's an important factor of cleansing yourself. I think it's an important factor in pushing yourself to the next limit and making yourself stronger than you were the day before. Pushing yourself, again, if it's the smallest little thing, take pride in it.
Yes.
And that will help you move to the next thing.
Do you do a good job of celebrating when you hit these milestones?
I think my celebration is to look forward to the next one. What am I going to do now that I did it? I've got a lot of fear that goes along with that too. It's like, I've never ridden 150 miles off road. But what I do realize is I've accomplished a lot of things that I never thought I could do. Even at this stage, I'm 50 years old, and still able to ride a bicycle and do some of the things that I'm doing and ride the distances I'm doing now.
And constantly increasing that, which is amazing.
Right. So there is never an end game.
Yeah.
And you always move that target to move yourself just a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit farther. And I think that keeps yourself engaged, keep yourself focused, keep yourself moving forward. If you're not moving forward, you're staying still and moving backwards, right? So, look at things in a way that can put you where you want to go. And if it's not going to, and here's the biggest thing, if someone doesn't believe in you, they're not the right person.
Yes, what good advice. And you're talking about if
Anybody.
it's your doctor, if it's your friend, if it's your family member.
Doesn't matter.
You don't have
if they don't believe in
you.
you, that you can do what you want to do, then that's not the right person that you need to communicate with. Even if you can't, the person who helps you communicate to get to that point, whether you can or can't, it's about your mindset getting there. Your mind will keep you from doing what your body will do, but your mind won't let you do.
So when you're in bed and you hurt and you say to yourself, I really don't want to ride today, what do you do to get yourself out of bed and onto the bike?
I tell myself I'm not going to ride. I don't want to ride today. I'm not motivated. As I'm picking my leg up, putting it over onto the floor. As I'm putting my pants on and putting my jersey on. As I'm filling my water bottle, saying I really don't want to go today. As I'm trying to find an excuse to tell my friends I'm not going to show up because I hurt or because I got to bring my daughter to school or whatever. They all come up to my head. I let them all. I just don't listen to them. Just keep moving forward. And then next thing you know, I'm putting my foot over my bike and I'm rolling out the door. And even if I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Awesome.
I mean, you do that for work, right?
Yeah. Everyone,
you do that
most people show up for their jobs and they may not always get excited. I mean, everybody that works with me is excited.
But,
But no, we're not always excited to go to work. You're right. And we do it. So why should it be any different with other aspects of our life that's good for us? And like you said, a few minutes onto the bike and you're so glad you're there.
Yeah, everything that was telling me not to, I wasn't thinking about that when I was on it.
No. So how did all of this, what you went through, affect your relationship with your wife?
I truly think it's made our relationship much stronger. There's been times where, she's genuinely done the best that she can do me, for me. She's reaching out to an infectious disease hospital. She's understanding some of the challenges that I'm going through. She's going back to work full time and going back to school to be a nurse practitioner, and accomplished it, and now is a nurse practitioner while, I'm a stay-at-home dad and doing the laundry and cleaning the house and taking the kids to school. Our roles have very much have changed. She's been really supportive of it, and it hasn't been difficult for her going back and doing those things. She's really put in a lot of hard work to make sure that she can be the provider that I was at one point.
Does she enjoy it? Is she glad she's a nurse practitioner now?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's difficult for anybody. I don't think it's the fun type of job that I was looking at, if you could do anything in the world. But she is a very compassionate person. She likes taking care of people. She's a perfect wife for me in this situation.
Yeah.
So it has done a lot for us in our relationship. So yeah, I'm blessed to have her.
Yeah. And how are you the best husband for her when you've been in this situation? Because I'm sure there's been times when you felt like, am I really being the best husband? I've got, this medical condition going on. Maybe I'm kind of down on myself at times.
I'm not the same man I was when she met me. I'm not the same I'm an outgoing person, but I was willing to go anywhere and do anything. I was physically stronger, things were a little different about me. You do recognize I'm overcoming everything that am overcoming, and I am present for my kids. I'm present for my wife. I'm, when I do what I do the best I can. I make my bed every day. So she's got a perfect bed to get in every night. The house is clean. Like, how do I provide the best that I can, regardless of what that level looks like?
Yeah.
So I think that's important for anybody, because everybody's on different levels where they are. And just because physically I might be on a level there, or used to be there and not quite here, everybody's got their own strengths and weaknesses. And, I just got to focus on what my strengths are now and what I can be good at now.
You said a word that I've been really focusing on a lot lately is presence and being present. And that, I think, is changing my life in a very positive way. I know my husband appreciates it when I'm more present with him. Tell me what that looks like for you.
Well, it's about being around. It's about being there. It's about having conversations, sometimes difficult, sometimes easy. Especially with our son, who's, going to be 19 years old now, and some of the challenges he's had. You have to be present, and especially with him not seeing eye to eye with me on the way things are, and
a teenager not seeing eye to eye with his parents.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
And you try to do the best for them, and you want to see them succeed and see things good happen to them, but you also need to let them fail and make their own mistakes in order to come back and listen to you in the end and say, hey, maybe you were right at that. So yeah, just being present means able to have those conversations, able to be there. This is just being okay with yourself and where you're at where your stage is. Because you're gonna have a lot of different stages as you go through it. And a lot of times you might go up and back down and then back up again. Yeah, but in the end, ultimately, to keep yourself positive, to keep looking through all the challenges that happen, all the negativity in this world, you got to be the light.
Gotta be the light. I like that. How does someone be the light?
If you're in a spiritual type of way and you have a relationship with God, you have a light in you. You have some type of spark that you can give to anybody or communicate anybody with, because that relationship with God and that spark is your own personal thing. It's your own, and everybody has it. Some people suppress it, or don't want to believe what that is, or is afraid of where it's going to take them. But with that light, and what that means is by helping, inspiring, and bringing people to a better place than where they are.
I've heard from lots of people that purpose is one of the pillars of happiness. And so tell me what that means to you and how you could help someone discover it.
It makes me think about AI in the future, a lot about purpose, because with AI, people are going to lose their purpose because they're going to rely on AI for everything, right? So, it's going to be your teacher, it's going to be your post office person, it's going to be, so if AI can do everything that doesn't really need someone who is creative to do, it just needs to do a process, then what becomes your purpose? So I hope in the future that people's purpose can find out what they are to this world, whether it's like a light. My purpose is going to be to live in this world and to be a positive opportunity to something that happens to them in their life. And I always thought my purpose was going to be in the motorcycle industry, or, diving or something, of work. Work related. That's what I'm all about. That's what people notice me as. And then in the end, that's not. Your purpose is what you create yourself of who you are going to be to the rest of the world. So, I want to be reliable. I want to be inspirational. I want to be, you think of all those things that make you feel, or you want others to feel good about themselves as well too.
Thanks for joining me today on Unexpected Happiness. If anything we talked about felt familiar, be sure to check the notes for this episode. I've listed the resources mentioned in the description. And before you go, I want to leave you with a simple next step. Do you ever wonder why your life doesn't feel as good as it should? On paper, things are fine. But yet, inside, you might feel stressed, guilty, a little bit on edge. If that sounds familiar, I made something that can help. This isn't about fixing you, it's about understanding you. It's a short, free quiz that helps you spot the pattern that might be quietly draining your happiness, even when nothing is really wrong. You can take it now at unexpectedhappiness.net/quiz.